I want to take a moment to talk about cost-effective repairs and improvements when you're trying to sell your home. As my colleague Simon says, to fix or not to fix? That's the question. Very important question, because if your realtor is sort of like out of control, he or she wants you to fix absolutely everything. So we could just present the perfect house. More likely than not, the reality is that you've got constraints, whether they're financial or time or just your appetite for risk. So risk, that's really what we're talking about. How far out there do I go in spending time and energy and money to improve my home in order to get it sold? And the real high-level question that we're asking ourselves is, well, what change in the process of selling your home will that repair or improvement make? What's the difference going to be? And in what stage of the process? What stage of the process is really important from my perspective? And then the other sort of filter through which we look at it is like, can we in good conscience say, as your real estate advisors, I think that if you spend this dollar, you'll get two out. It's a sort of 2-for-1 sort of gut check. I say gut check because we have no scientific way of proving that any particular spend will get you X, Y, or Z more dollars, because thus far I haven't had the opportunity. I've come close, but I've not had the opportunity to sell the exact same property at the exact same time, where we made a change on one and didn't on the other. That would be a pure experiment. First of all, just the exact comparability of the homes is just very hard to find. But everything else, though, there would have to line up as well, including the timing, and one person wanted to and another person didn't. Maybe at some point someone can buy two houses and conduct such an experiment. It's an interesting thought. So it is a gut check. Do I truly believe in my heart that I would do it with the feeling that I think it's going to drive $2 more revenue for the dollar I spend? Well, back to the first filter, which is what part of the process does this improvement impact? What I'm going for, just trying to think about this logically, is, does it sell the visit? Not does it sell the house, but the thing before that, which is the visit. Is the person going to come to the house, yes or no? Well, the fact is, as people are considering what homes to visit, they decide to visit an infinitesimally small number of them, relatively speaking. You don't have time to visit every house. And then those houses that they do visit, they don't want to buy, because they visit many houses and they only buy one, if any, houses. So the math, the odds are really stacked up against you, and what you're trying to do is call through the population of potential buyers to find your match. And it begins by having them visit your house physically. So that's the funnel or the entry point of this process. Because that's true, and because one other thing is true, I focus on that stage of it. The other thing that's true is that once they come to your house, they're not really going to be persuaded into buying it. Let's say that I'm walking a potential buyer through one of my listings. I don't say, wow, look at these countertops. Don't you want to buy this house? It's not that, it doesn't work that way as much as I wish it would, that I could just persuade people to buy houses. No, that's not what happens. I persuade people to come and visit the house. So what happens is they visit the house and I'm talking to them, and it's like womp, 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 like the teacher in the Peanuts cartoons. They're not really hearing me. I'm there. I'm supposedly the real estate authority on the premises, and they're tuning me out. They're just looking at the house and they're self-discovering, like, does this feel like my house? Is it or isn't it? They don't need me to help them decide that. But I really might have played a role in getting them to walk through the door so that we can find out if it's a match or not. That's the outcome that we're trying to drive. If you'd like to hear more about what we feel really moves the needle on getting people to visit, and very importantly, how to improve those spaces and places and photos cost effectively. There are shortcuts. Then hey, let's talk. There's a whole universe of ideas there. We're doing it regularly. We're working with contracting crews. It's somewhat formulaic, and we are rinsing and repeating in that way with great success.